Oh hey, it's Wes. And this is my video shoulder rig. It's a SmallRig, and it has the SmallRig HawkLock attachment on it because I love the ability to just slide my camera in, slide it out, easy peasy. As you can see, it's very basic, very lightweight, but I like how I can just release these handles, slide them up, and I have a pretty small thing. Not very expensive, but if you want something a little more complicated, something that travels well, SmallRig's new SR007 HawkLock shoulder rig. And this thing is intense and competitive. We'll talk about pricing later on. So as you can see, it folds up quite small. We can make this even smaller here. There we go. Very tight little package. It comes in a cool little carry case, but honestly, it's not going to go back into the carry case very often, if ever again, because once you have it customized to exactly what you want it to do, it's not going to fit back in here very well. But it's a nice place to keep the accessories and so forth, and it's a pretty nice case overall. Number one, what I like about this, it's got the gunmetal finish. Just purely by coincidence, so does my camera cage. So does this lens from Sea-Ray. Love that look. And I love that they matched that look when they came out with this. So on the side, you have these easy adjust arms. I have one slight concern about that. A lot of heavy clicking going on. A little worried that these teeth will wear down over a huge amount of time. Obviously, in the few weeks that I've been using this, that has not been the case. You can rotate the handles and the arms. This handle, and I saw a review about this before. They couldn't figure out how to get the handle off. It comes off very easily. And that's so that you can replace the handle in case you want to put a focus pulling device down there instead. I don't have anything that fancy myself. And the front here, you can slide back and forth for your balance. Then up on top, we have what is a standard camera plate. Press this button to release it. So you can take your camera out and put it on a tripod, but that is the biggest weakness of this whole system. There is no way of mounting this rig itself to a tripod. So I could have put a tripod plate on the bottom of that old cheapy one. This one, just got a big old pad for your shoulder, and then that's it. Now for me, I like to have my camera as far forward as possible, so I'll do that. Lock it down. Oh, that's tight. This lock here, ironically, was not tight enough to fit my HawkLock base. So this is just an Arca Swiss slot here. I had to open it up a little bit and tighten the mechanism so that when I slide the lever over here, it would actually hold my camera in place. Now she's in tight. Wasn't too hard, but most people don't like to do that. Then on the arm here, you have another. Slides down, very nice. Slide this down. And we have one more adjustment, this button right on the side here. Slide this out, get the arms out. Honestly, I would prefer having the shoulder piece even further back. So as you can see, on this one, I have my shoulder piece like way back beyond the whole thing itself. I just don't like having the monitor like right up in my eyeballs. Oh, I guess I should mention this in the back here. We also have the back pad. Honestly, I would rather just have another flat pad on the back here. And then I just have a tiny little cheap V-mount plate here. Most people would probably use something a little bit more interesting than this. And there you have it. It's on your shoulder. Now, obviously, I am not even remotely done rigging this yet. Let's bring this out a little further. There we go. Nice and solid. It's got a little bit of wiggle room to it. But overall, like, I can hold this whole rig up by one handle, not even remotely concerned about this slipping or breaking or bending. All right, let's keep rigging this up. One issue that I had is that up in the front here, where you essentially generate your rods, the rods that it comes with that attach into the rod mechanism that attaches to the plate, everything attaches, are these rods right here. They are a particular length, and they are somewhat proprietary. Not the only rods that have ever existed that look like this. but they have a very limited size in that they are the size that they are. So if I wanted to put my matte box on here and still have my focus pulling on the side, the matte box got in the way of that. And so I actually took a hacksaw and sawed off the end of one of these rods so I can put my matte box on. Now, to be perfectly clear, this entire thing is modular, and you can mount these rods on the front or the back of the plate, as well as there is a rod clamp that comes with it, and you can mount that on either side as well. But we still have the issue that I can't push the rod back far enough to fit in between the matte box and the plate. All right, battery out. Gonna put our dummy battery in. There we go. We can slide the camera back into position. Again, that battery door kind of has to go in this case. Not the best for a hybrid situation to have to do that, but is what it is. Let's put our top handle on. Need something to hold on to here. Also a SmallRig top handle. They didn't come up with the color matched ones until after I bought this top handle, so unfortunately it's black. Now it matches the black and gunmetal color scheme just fine though. Put our focus wheel on here, put it on that bar, line it up, tighten it down. There we go. Very nice. One complaint I have here. We have our 1/4-20s for the monitor on the top of the arms, one on each side. I really want one on the side of the arm, like in a big way. My monitor usually coming out to the side. Some monitors have a mount on the side and the bottom. This one I'm currently testing only has a mount on the bottom, not on the side. Womp womp. Another complaint I have, and this seems like the most obvious missed opportunity in my book, we have our standard NATO rail video monitor clamp, so I can put that on here from SmallRig. This sliding mechanism right here, it is so close to being the NATO rail size, but it's not. Like, it's the exact same depth and shape, but it's just barely not it. I was so sure that that was going to fit, but it doesn't. And so I don't have anywhere to mount a NATO rail on the side of this. So you gotta go on top, and that's just a little bit of a problem. So I don't have any nice monitor arms that are long enough to do that well. So I'm just using this 1/4-20 arm. So I'm gonna have to get a longer, nice monitor arm to go with this. Again, I like to have my monitor pretty far out. I've seen a lot of videographers, and it's super common, I know, that they have their monitor like right up to their nose. I can't do that. I don't know if it's something to do with my eyes or I just don't want to go blind. Nice distance. Perfect. I need a longer monitor cable for this. All right, monitor power. Gonna get all our power from a V-mount battery. We have our SmallRig 99 watt-hour battery. This is not the fancy one. No $600 SmallRig V-mount batteries in this house here. I am not that fancy. There. I am not going to cable manage this today. I'm sorry if that horrifies you. Now we're getting big. Got our monitor, we've got our battery. Let's put our matte box on here. There we go. Oh boy. There. Now we're looking crazy. Once again, this thing is pretty sturdy. Oh, am I strong enough? So I am now holding up the entire rig by one handle. I'm not sure if SmallRig would recommend doing this, but it's clearly strong enough to do so. There we go, nice and cozy on my shoulder. Again, I would prefer the camera to be just a little further away from my face, but because of where the shoulder mount is on the back here, I don't have a huge amount of choice in the matter. Let's talk about pricing. So the SR007 Pro comes in at $390 US. How does that compare? Well, against their own products, you have my basic rig, which is actually called the SmallRig Basic Shoulder, $100. Not bad. We can also compare this even to the SmallRig Shoulder Rig Pro for $420. You might say, well, that's a little weird, it's only a little bit cheaper than the Pro. Honestly, the Pro is a bit of an older product, and in some ways it's not as good. But in other ways, it is designed for different markets. It's designed for much larger cameras, it's a little less modular in its design, and it's designed to be smacked onto a big old tripod very easily, whereas this one is not. Slightly different target markets here. Looking to other manufacturers, the obvious one is the Tilta Lightweight, and if you get the one with the quick adjust rosettes, we're looking at $375. Not quite as adjustable and modular as this one, and not all the points have the easy click adjust rosettes, so if you get the extra rosettes, you're still not getting that built into all the joints and all the mechanisms here. Moving on, we have the 8-SIN VCT Universal, $760, and the Shape RE Dovetail, $782. Both very cool designs, a little more tried and true, not quite as attempting to be bleeding edge as this new SmallRig 007. All right, now that this is incredibly rigged up, it's obviously going to be a bit of a to-do to get this collapsed back down again, but again, it's still fantastic that this whole thing is collapsible and adjustable, and got these nice long arms that can go in any direction you want, up, down, whatever. You can make this whatever shape you want it to be. So that is the SmallRig SR007. Am I infringing on any copyrights there? I don't know. If you want to pick one up, there's going to be a link down in the description below to help support this channel and feed my fat cats. In a lot of videos, people are asking, where's your cat? Just sitting on the floor behind me. They're never very far away. If you have any questions or comments about the new SmallRig shoulder rig, let me know down in the comments below and I'll get back to you. But until next time, let's go take some photos. I'm not sure if SmallRig would recommend doing this, but